Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Satisfactory. I'm Max in a Vault, and today we're looking over the fruits of our labor. But you know what? We have a lot more to do. But, I do kind of just like looking out here, looking at all of our work, and remembering to subscribe. With that out of the way, let's hop right into this. So last time we got kind of the starts of a factory going. We got our power going up. We've got all this stuff. A little bit of automation, but today I want to kind of get through some of the tiers. We're not going to be making a real factory. I mean, we're going to expand for sure, but we're still in the starter base phase, right? But, we got foundations down, we got this and that. So let's see what objectives we're working on now. I don't quite remember. Okay, yeah. So basic stuff. We for sure want the resource sink because we're eventually going to want to overflow all of our extra materials. So we start making tickets. Logistics Mark II is a no-brainer. And then in order to start getting into the phases, we're going to need to make that space elevator. So let me go. I think we've got this pretty set up. I think we've got most of this stuff made already. So let me go through, grab all that stuff, and let's knock that stuff out. All right, so we got the logistics out the way. So let's get the resource sink going. And we'll launch that out.
Milestone reached. You have been given access to the anti-waste effort for stress testing of materials on Exoplanet's bonus program, also known as Awesome.
Awesome.
Your awesome input allows Fixit to comprehend our amazing universe more clearly. In appreciation
I wonder
of
where
this,
those are going.
we have generously set up an internal, closed economy with exclusive rewards and currency. Directing parts of
there's no
varying
space
quantity
elevator up
and
there.
complexity into the awesome resource sink will grant Fixit coupons. These coupons can be redeemed
do love
in
the
the
coupons,
awesome
though.
shop for highly desirable items such as new foundations, walls, factory attachments, cosmetics, parts, and more.
Cosmetics.
Next
Notice.
time you have additional resources, just remember to go that extra kilometer.
Go that
Go
extra
awesome.
kilometer. It's funny to say that as somebody based in the U.S. But anyway, so we got those two goals knocked out. And you'll notice the factory looks slightly different over here. I kind of expanded out the foundations, put this stuff up, made it a little bit more accessible, right? I just think it works out better. And also, I've been doing a little exploring. Now, a lot of this exploring happened on my live stream that I do on Twitch. So if you're interested in watching that, and I did a lot of this background work that you're going to see us progress through. Did some of it on Twitch, did some of it off camera, but, it's all, if you want to hang out, see what it's all about, links in the description for my Twitch channel. But yeah, a lot of, we got hard drives, Mercer spheres, definitely stuff that I want to get into. Summer sloops, quite a few things. And I'm kind of debating right now on how I want to handle specifically some of this higher tech stuff. Part of me wants to use this stuff in a sink and just like really get some tickets. I don't know how much fused modular frames get you or cooling systems, but I'm sure it's a lot, especially early game. And not only just that, but we got some stuff in here too, like encased industrial beams, heavy modular frames, things of that nature, right? But at the same time, I feel like when it comes to research, some of this stuff will come in handy. So I don't know. I'm undecided on syncing things. And I do know that we can use this stuff, the DNA capsules, to get DNA points, which are another thing, right? So again, nothing really changed out here. We just kind of built over there. But I think it's time, right? You notice the objective we have. Build the space elevator. And I think that's what we're going to do now. So what I kind of want to do is move over here. I kind of here. Let's get a better view real quick. Now, I eventually am going to make like a real factory, and I kind of like this idea of having the space elevator out here. I'm not going to, not yet at least, not going to build kind of a giant, architectural thing for it yet. I want to do that eventually, but I think I'm just going to put a platform kind of in this area to just put the space elevator down. And then we'll still use all of this, kind of all this area out here to expand the factory and kind of build more things that we need to progress through the tiers. I want to get into Mark 3, Mark 4 logistics before I actually start to really kind of build permanent structures. I'll tell you, I've been watching a ton of videos on YouTube about how people kind of design their factories, things like that. And I saw this really cool video. I don't remember who made it, but it was basically all about how you can just make circles. I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool. You got these kind of like natural pathways right here, and there's another one kind of over here. Well, who knows? Maybe those will be kind of train network locations, and we could have these really cool like circular entryways and things like that. So I don't know. I got a lot of ideas floating around, but I guess none of that's going to come to fruition if I don't hurry up and build this space elevator. So let's go ahead and get all the stuff ready for that. And yeah. So we'll start by putting this platform here, and I want to... come on. I'm not quite sure how big it is, or how tall I need it. So let's kind of go over here. And we can... let's see. Maybe we'll go up to about... that seems too high. Let's see how that feels. Come out. I think this could work. We'll just kind of go out like this. Go out like that. I don't know how big of a platform I need for the space elevator, though. I honestly haven't built it kind of like on something in a while. So let me kind of fiddle around with this. And who knows? Alright, so I think this size is going to end up working. You'll notice I also got all the stuff for the space elevator. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to just slap this thing down. I want, obviously, to like center it. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so somewhere in the middle here. Let's lock that. I want to make sure that it fits on here. Oh, it fits pretty nice here. Let's move it back a little bit. Using the nudge feature, if you don't know, you can lock the holograms with H and then use the arrow keys to nudge everything around. Let's at least get it. I think right there is fine. I want to make sure it's centered. Not that it really matters, because we're probably going to end up tearing this down and moving it. See, but that would bother me. So let's go ahead and build this. And I know, hold on, I know that there's a. Wait, I gotta get rid of my hands. Get rid of the hands. Photo mode. No UI. We gotta watch it. We gotta watch it. Look at this. Look at this. This is one of the coolest animations in the whole game, especially with... I'll see if I can get that star behind it. Look at it. There's like a whole structure up there now. They really, really like added a lot to the space elevator, and I think it's super cool. Look at that, though. The best animation in the game, I'll tell you. Makes me wish we had space elevators in real life. Comment down below if you'd ride on a space elevator. I'm still unsure. Nice. It's just so cool. And this is really good lighting for it, too. Okay. So now we've got the space elevator built. Let me get out of this. There we go.
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer.
Thanks,
the
Ada.
space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project Assembly
thanks.
is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new
It doesn't
tiers
look like
with
it's
more
yet.
advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril, and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Got it, Ada. I will not let Fix It down. So while I was also getting all these parts set up, I did a little bit of stuff over here. And you'll notice we have an awesome sink over here. So the reason I put this down, now this thing is expensive when it comes to power, 30 megawatts, which if you'll look at our power network is quite a bit. We don't really have a ton, you know. So what I was going to do is like, oh, you know what? I'll just set all these up to overflow now. We'll just start making points now, right? Well, the only way you can really do that without just taking some off the top is smart splitters. And if we go look at our research, I think we're pretty far away from smart splitters. Those are in here. They're down this tree. So yeah, we need to maybe go find some Caterium, get that smelt in, get it, you know, get some quick wire made. Yeah, I think we have, let's look at the map. Let's zoom in a little bit. Hello? Way over here. At least they're pure nodes. And that's out in that direction. Okay, so we'll definitely have to look at that for when we go and do the overflow setup, because I know we're going to need to. But what I also want to do is maybe start expanding over here, because if you'll look, right, we need to make smart plating. What does smart plating need? Reinforced iron plates, rotors, blah, 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 right? We don't have any of that. So I think I'm going to use this area over here. Let me zoom that to make the machinery necessary for all of that, right? So let me just build this out. And what I think I'm going to do, because again, this is a super, super temporary factory, I want to essentially box craft. And if you don't know what that is, rather than, okay, well, we'll just leave that over there. Rather than make a whole automated line, which I will end up doing eventually, for now though, what I'm going to do is just use 2 boxes, right? So maybe over here, we'll set up like an assembler, because we want to make reinforced iron plates. Screws, plates, right? So what I'm going to do now, I'm literally just going to take some boxes and plop them down, right? So we'll line that up, but move it over. I wish these were close enough that you could just put them in, but they're not. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, if this doesn't make any sense, I'm just gonna put plates in here, screws in here. That's already set to reinforce iron plates, and then I could just have that output into like another box over here. Something that's just kind of, again, using H to do that. We'll put it back a little bit. Maybe put it up. And then we'll just have the reinforced iron plates. Oh no. Oh, we gotta do better than that. So maybe we'll go back like that. But we'll just have the reinforced iron plates go right into here. So let's hook this up to power. I'm going to put this maybe right here. And then I'm going to go grab plates and screws, right? How many of each, though? I need to keep an eye on the ratio. Okay, so twice the amount of screws per plates. Okay, got it. So we're going to need a lot of reinforced iron plates. And luckily, I have just a metric ton of all of this stuff, right? Let's do 3,000. I think that's fine. So if we have 3,000, we need 1,500 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll split that. All right, so let's go plop those in. Now, what is the rate for these? 60 per minute. Perfect. Let's just get all the screws in there. And we'll make sure we put in the 1,500. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's not 1,500. I think I forgot a stack. I mean, it's not a super big deal, but we'll at least just make sure it's decent. We want to be somewhat efficient, even though we're box crafting, right? And then we'll put that in, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and then that was 15. Okay, perfect. So now this is just doing its thing, right? And unfortunately, the only recipe I have for the reinforced plates is the one that uses screws. I am desperately searching for the iron or the stitched iron plates, stitch reinforced iron plates. Essentially the one that uses wire, right? Because we already have the iron wire recipe. We can make reinforced iron plates completely out of iron, right? It's just so much better. And I don't know if we have research ready right here. Yeah, so, you know, I'm keeping these up so that they get taken out of the pool. So let's rescan this and see. There we go. Stitch iron plates. This is the recipe. Unfortunately, I'm not going to use it just yet. But dang, that's amazing. I didn't think we had that. I think I have more hard drives to scan, right? So let's pull these out. We can at least get these scanning while we're waiting. There we go. So always be scanning, right? Another thing I want to do, I want to start getting into this, right? So we already did the Mercer Sphere Summer Sloop thing, but we need to find some SAM. I don't think we're going to do that just yet. I will do that before this episode's over, though. Don't you worry, right? But, well, we can't do anything until that's done anyways, right? Okay, so smart plating was not just that. It was rotors, too. And I think what I'll do is just kind of the same thing. I'll just kind of do another box crafting setup, but for rotors this time. What's the rotor recipe? We've only got one so far. Screws and rods. Of course it is. Okay, so let me get that set up over here, and then we'll just kind of run through it. All right, so I kind of moved things around a little bit, but you can still see we got our reinforced plates here. And now you might be wondering, where is the rotor setup? What is this guy, this single thing right here? Well, I didn't realize, but in fact, do I have them on me? But on my journeys, I don't. I picked up some Caterium, and I had some rotors. So what I did is I thought, well, let me just skip the middleman here. And I just made a single assembler setup that's now making smart plating. So we just need to let that get to 50. And what I also want to do, because we needed the money, right? I got that Caterium. So I'm going to set up another kind of box crafting setup here, where we're going to plop down. Maybe like maybe right here. That's fine. Somewhere where I can put all this Caterium. So you're going to go in there. We will need oh, you know what? I think I need to research this. Oh, of course, we got our hard drive still going. Yeah, I'll need to research this so we can get down the tree, though. You can see we had stuff still. Okay, so while that's going on, I'm realizing that eventually we're going to need to start tapping that copper, right? Because do I have that unlocked yet? Do I have copper sheets? Yeah, I do have copper sheets, right? So with the iron wire recipe, we have completely removed copper from the wire and cable thing, the whole production process, which means that this guy over here is completely dedicated to whatever we want, right? And I think I'm going to use this purely for copper sheets. We're going to need a ton of copper sheets for pipes. There's some alt recipes I think we can use for rotors or something that maybe I'll try out. But I think one dedicated copper sheet node is perfectly fine. So do I have... I don't know if I was planning on doing this right now. Yeah, let me go gear up. And then... you know what? I actually do need to build like a platform and stuff over here too. So maybe I can just do that. Nope, I don't have the concrete. Let me go grab the concrete. Luckily, I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't know if I showed this in the last episode. Maybe I did, but we had a 60 line and a 30 line, and I was really agonizing about how I was gonna load balance this because the overflow doesn't quite work as well efficiency wise because these take 45. So this is kind of my attempt. I mean, it's a successful attempt, but it's my load balancer, right? So if you're thinking about load balancing, the only thing you really have to keep in mind when you're building this, and I didn't realize this until I actually looked up load balancing designs, is especially for like a 2-to-2, you just need to split each belt and run a split to each side, right? And that's exactly what we're doing here. So for this 30 line, it's getting split into a 15 and a 15. Well, that first 15 is merging here. The other 15 is merging there. And then we just split the 60 line into 45 and 45. So now, or I'm sorry, 30 and 30. So now we have a 30 and a 15. Boom, 45. A 30 and a 15 is a 45. So that's kind of all. It can be and seem really complicated, but I assure you that if you just kind of think about it, and there's tons of designs online. You know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I, came up with all that stuff myself and no worries, right? But it's conceptually not that big of a deal, I guess you could say. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of maximize whatever I can get out of there, which I think is 30 or 60 per minute, right? So I'm just going to build a platform out this way. And I hope this is a good height. Yeah, it's a little grassy, but I think it'll work. But yeah, so that'll be, let's see. I'll just build it off in this direction. I'm not going to cut the trees down and all that stuff just yet. I will need to do kind of like a massive, like vegetation run because we are not in coal power. I know plenty of people have been hard grinding this game to get into coal power. I am not into coal power yet, so. And there's people much further. I just collect the leaves. But anyway, like I mentioned, there is... Oh, ma'am's done. That's just trees. Okay. So if we go to our constructor here, right? And I'll bring it... I'm going to put the constructors like on this line. 1, 2... And can is the tree really that much of an issue? You lined up? All right. So if we look at the copper sheets, those take 20, produce 10. Well, if we look at the smelters, I don't think it's crazy to tell you that those do 30 and 30. 30 in, 30 out. So what we have is a 2 to 3 setup here. So one thing I've seen people do, and I kind of like it myself, is you kind of just put a merger in the middle. Maybe... actually, yeah. So you put a merger, like here, let's say. And you go in there, and you go in there. Then what you can do is you can just put a splitter, let's say there. You go in. 1, 2, 3. So now those will make 160 line that'll split 3 ways into 320 lines. So it's just super, super easy. This is also, now I'm going to caveat this by saying, assuming you have the belt capacity. This is an easy 2 to 3 splitter or 2 to 3 load balancer, right? But again, each input belt has to be less. So belt 1 and belt 2 combined, this belt has to be at least whatever your highest tier belt capacity is. Otherwise, these are going to back up, which maybe you don't care, right? So like tier 3, this would be at 270. So you'd have what, 90, 90, 90. Or 120, I think, is the tier 2 belts. So you'd have 40, 40, 40, right? So you just have to kind of keep that in mind. But this is a really easy way to kind of get this set up if that's what you're interested in doing. So I will just hook this up. And now we literally just need to bring the coal from there. Maybe we'll just do default to there. In. And then, of course, we have 17,000 things to power. Okay, apparently we gotta do that. Kind of set that up. We put that there, and then we'll just, you know. And then we can take this. Oh yeah, you're gonna need to hook up to here. You're gonna need to hook up there. And then we'll, I guess we could just put one like right here. Maybe at the edge of the foundation here. We can do that, and then we'll just bring it down. We'll go here. We'll go there. All right, and then I'll set these to copper sheets. I don't even know if these are all set. Okay, got those, and then I think I have to set this to copper. There we go. But yeah, that should be kind of doing its thing eventually. Everything's green. How's our power looking? We have technically exceeded what we can do. But yeah, everything's flowing. So I'm going to just grab this output and route it somewhere over there. And then we can go check on our smart plating, I guess. All right. So as I pan around, you'll notice things look a little different. Well, while I was kind of doing some of the output and waiting for the smart plating to finish, I decided to take my DNA capsules and throw them into the sink. And you'll notice, you know, we got a bunch of coupons. And so let me show you all the things that I've unlocked to show you, to kind of illustrate, like, what do I find important, and also some things I've never done before, right? So if we go back to the purchases here. Okay, never mind. Apparently it doesn't show you anything. Management, right? Conveyor floor holes are a big deal for me because I like the aesthetic of that. So I always kind of get those early on. Nothing really over here, although I do definitely want to get the signs because those can work like lights and things of that nature. So that's kind of next to my priority. Customizer, though, I had to get the concrete material foundation. I've never used this before. I've only ever used the default, and I just love the way this looks. So I painted everything with it. There might be a couple spots, like I don't know what's going on here. Maybe there's a... Oh, you know what? I think there's a ramp in here. So, now I had to, with the help of my Twitch chat, I had to figure out how to do this. So let me spare you the pain that I had to go through, right? So if we go into Q here, you have the customizer. So one thing you have is this materials tab. What you can do is take these, right? So if I click this, I can almost like, and you see the little lines on the left and right hand side of my screen here. You can essentially paint these, right? So what I ended up having to do was I went in here and I had to paint all these concrete foundations to this color, right? But then I saw another thing that you can do. So let me get out of here. If I were to want to build another foundation, right? What I can do is if I hold E or press E, it does that, right? But I think I can, how did I do this? You can hold down E. And now what I can do is use my left mouse button and my right mouse button to circle through all the different types. So, you know, if your default is set to this and you want this material, concrete foundation, well, you just hold down E, bring up the wheel, and go to that one. Boom, now you have it. That was something I didn't know about, but with Twitch chat, we got through it all, and now I know, right? So, all right, let me go back through what I got. So, obviously, got those. In foundations, you may have noticed, we got the stair set. There's never been stairs as far as I know, and I think they're super, super cool, so I got them. Walls, doors, and conveyor walls. Mostly conveyor walls because when we start kind of moving stuff around, I like this just from like a cleanliness perspective. It like lines things up nicely. I want walkways, but I didn't have enough tickets. But I did get concrete pillars. I'm going to get the metal pillars. I'm going to end up getting everything, like, if I'm being honest. I just, hadn't got it all yet. I never get equipment, and I never get parts. This is just like a huge waste of time, I think. So with all that being said, let's go throw this smart plating as we go up our nicely laid set of stairs, which looks so good. They just look so good. Let's launch our first space elevator part here. Ooh. What do you got? You got something for me? Ada, hello?
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery,
so we're going to make this
Phase
thing?
1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the
and
hub.
many more.
Highlights are automated power, steel production,
That's huge.
personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of Project Assembly is your next main objective.
This is intimidating
New project
to me.
parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better fix-it future.
Thanks, Ada. All right, well, let's send it, I guess. Here, we'll stand back and watch, because I know that there's a... With the birds going, look at that. This is so cool. Look at that. What clouds? It blows the clouds away so that you can see it. Isn't that so cool? I mean, they're coming back, or they're trying to. But look at that. This is such a good, like, easy addition to... It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something, I'm contributing. This is so cool. And the lumen actually really makes it look pretty nice. All right. Oh, look, there's a little... Here, we'll exit photo mode there.
Phase 1 of Project Assembly completed. This is only the beginning of Project Assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies.
Oh.
It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies.
Mm-hmm.
Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Jeez, Phase 2 looks so intimidating. Just those numbers. But yeah, you can't really see it now, but it was kind of cool. It had like the little carts moving up and down the spokes. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Okay, so also we got a little bit of the Caterium stuff done, right? So we got some quick wire. And now if we go through here, we can see that the next thing I need to do is get AI limiters. But let's also look at what we've unlocked as far as milestones, right? So that's obviously a huge one. We're going to want that. Vehicular transport is, like, honestly, the biggest thing for me right now is the inventory slots. But I've never really set up a truck network. And maybe I should. These things might be kind of nice, the tractors, to get around. Right now I've just been running, which doesn't seem super efficient, but you know what? Actually, this does make a lot of sense because this has inventory and a crafting bench. So I think I've just been being dumb. Enhanced asset security. Love me a Xenobasher. Hand slot and inventory slots. And this is relatively easy to get. So I kind of want to get all three of these. Tier 4. Yeah. Literally, I've never done hypertubes. I've never used this stuff. I have got advanced steel before. And I have gotten this part. But blueprints, never used them. So that's something I'm kind of excited about figuring out. is, you know, how can I design things in a way where it's kind of, you know, I've been really inspired by Nilaus. He's a YouTuber as well, and he's doing a kind of like a bus-based design in Satisfactory, and his design philosophy is to make, for example, let's go look at our lines here, right? So, like, let's go to the reinforced iron plates, for example, right? His whole design is centered around one machine, right? So you have one instance of a machine that makes, in this case, reinforced iron plates. And to do that, you'll have an input, you know, in this case, 2 inputs and a single output. And he makes these in a kind of a blueprint where you can kind of just stamp them down as you need it, right? So, yes, that is not the most space efficient way of building, but as far as simplicity, it's like, oh, you need more, stamp another tile down. And they're set up in such a way where they can easily connect to each other, and you can kind of indefinitely stamp as long as you need and as long as you can kind of supply it with resources. So I think that's really cool. I'm not going to quite do a bus base, I don't think, but I like that design philosophy of being able to kind of have a repeatable pattern, or have a, let's say, a common design that you can use for all the different manufacturing types. So assemblers, constructors, and manufacturers. And then I guess even when you get farther down, like blenders and all that kind of stuff. So that's definitely something I'm going to be thinking about. But for now, we need to get smart splitters. I think I need to make some AI limiters. I can make one, so I need copper sheets. So let me go get some copper sheets. We have some Caterium wire in here, or quick wire, right? I have some on me. Yeah, I have some. We can at least take that. But another thing I want to do, I want to get into this. So I know where a SAM node is. So if we look at our map, and we kind of zoom in here. So obviously, like, here's our base. Well, right over in this area, there's an impure SAM node. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to protect myself. We've already got a rebar gun. This thing has come in super handy. Like, we've needed this, you know. So I'm going to arm myself, make my way over there, which is where this thing is. The arch. This is the arch, if you didn't know that on the map. So it's right over there somewhere. There's a SAM node. And I'm going to take, I don't know, probably 8 portable miners, and we're going to go get some SAM. So I'm going to load up, and I'll meet you over there. Okay. If you're afraid of spiders, don't look. You can see we've kind of had to tunnel down here, and maybe you can hear them, but there's spiders everywhere. We have a summer sloop down there, and there's the SAM right there. And you can see I've got miners down there already. But there's also a spider. And there's a big spider too. So we are going to try to take it out. I've kind of managed to evade it, but I hear it jumping. Here, and I think I need to kind of get rid of some of this stuff. And they like to jump. Hello? I don't hear it anywhere, but I know he's there. I absolutely just know it. Do we go down and fight it? We just YOLO and oh, he's right there. How did I not see that? Oh my gosh. I was walking right by that thing. Don't lie and say you saw that. Okay. Oh my gosh. My heart is racing so fast right now. So we'll take those. I've got plenty of inventory room. And we kind of need to be a little bit careful because we don't want the fart rocks to get us. Right? So we just be a little careful. You can see we're slowly getting the SAM ore. But let's, you know what? Here, let's do this. I'm trying not to make the gas go. What I want to do is let's just make some foundations out. Boom, just like that. Let's get that summer sloop. Nice.
Follow the main. The effigy only sings when you compose.
I was not built to use organic components for communication. I am adjusting.
The effigies make a flow. You are not the current.
I am not sure what you mean. I do run on a current. I am a digital construct.
Yeah, this whole like subplot. I mean, you're obviously not going to see a lot of this during the series because I get most of these offline or on stream. But there's this whole. I mean, I'm not a lore guy, but maybe I'll make a video one day about the lore of this backstory. But there's some kind of connection between Ada and the alien voices, and you can kind of hear them as you're standing here with the SAM. Okay, so I'm just going to collect these. I'm going to get about 2 miners worth, because I think that'll be enough to kind of like, I think that's everything. If I get, that'll be about 1,600. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll have just enough to get another round and the portable miners back in my inventory. So I'm going to let those finish. But yeah, just to kind of show you again where we are. Right here on there's a hole right here. There's also another way to get in here on the back side of this cave, which is this thing right here. By the way, ton of wood in here. So if you're looking for wood for biomass or things of that, this is your place. There's some small spiders coming in here, and then obviously there's the giant one when you get in here. But I guess I can just show you. I just made a spiral staircase down, and there's how we got in. Just gotta be a little bit careful about the fart plants. So right here, like I said, back side of the arch, our base is literally, like I think you can see the space elevator right there. So not far at all. This will probably be one of the first places I tap for kind of like, I don't know, like the first SAM extraction area whenever we decide to automate that. But yeah, that's where we are. So let me go ahead and grab that stuff, and then we'll get back to the base. All right, so let's take a look at the MAM here. And right off the bat, we want to do this, right? Okay, what do you got?
Strange alien matter analysis completed. Dormant crystalline SAM can now be found with the resource scanner.
That's
In
actually
its
really
dormant
nice.
state, it is safe to handle without special equipment and can be stored indefinitely.
Okay.
Research for
Look
enabling
at it
the
like glitching in
reanimation
here.
of dormant SAM is now available.
Fill the rivers with blood and let the
that's really
effigies
cool.
defile our temples. The sun will follow.
Okay. And we'll research reanimated SAM, which I think is kind of how you want it for the most part.
SAM reanimation recipe unlocked. SAM can now be safely awakened, provided it is contained. Meaning, if not contained in special electromagnetic storage, it tends to start breaking atomic bonds of any matter it has physical contact with, and reconstructing it into easily transportable resources.
Scripture and blood compose harmony. Follow our hallowed temple halls and listen to the echoes of your ripples. Our bones are more beautiful than yours.
What? Okay. So one of the things I want to do, I have this constructor set up. What I think I'm going to do is actually kind of steal some of it. I'm going to steal his production. And by that, I mean I'm going to put a merger down. Let's see. I kind of want it right there. And, you know, we'll just do this. And it'll make sense what I'm doing here shortly. I want a box. And we're going to hook that up. And in here, I'm going to change this recipe to reanimated SAM, so that I can just put all of this into here and have it reanimate itself automatically, right? So early game, I don't know if you can tell this. And again, I've been influenced by other people in this, I don't know, who play this game. sometimes box crafting is just easier, you know? I could spend the time to, you know, put a miner down and do all that, but for just meeting objectives, box crafting is the way to go, right? So we see here, to do that, we need these. And to do these, we need wire and pipes. I don't have steel pipes. I don't have steel researched. I only have that. So we can get that going, but also in my exploration, I think I did come across some pipes. Yes. Yes, I did. So, do we have the reanimated SAM? How much? Oh, we're about to have 10. Thank you. So let's go ahead and research this. And the dimensional depot, I'm so excited for. I cannot wait. All right. New parts.
SAM fluctuator recipe unlocked. The fluctuator can mimic unique communication through patterns of electric frequencies to instruct reanimated SAM to perform specific tasks or give specific restrictions, such as matter to energy conversion. It can also function as matter memory, reading the exact composition and state of a collection of matter in one location, breaking it down, and near instantly reconstructing it in another location, which has incredible potential for smart storage.
Your threads shift solid to fluid to a tapestry. Matter, and mind and melody.
What? Okay. So now, boom, SAM fluctuators. So the biggest things, what do we need? Reanimated SAM. Okay, that's what we're making. Wire and pipes. Okay, so let me go get wire. So let's go ahead and make as many of these as we can. What don't... Oh, the reanimated SAM. So we're going to be limited by how fast I can make this. Let me get one more. Okay. So I think that's... What? How many do I need? 11. Okay. Let me build this stuff up, and then I'll bring you back, and we'll get this stuff researched. Okay. It took everything I had, all the pipes I could possibly make, but I got the dimensional depot made, or at least researched, and I got... I researched the ability to upload from the inventory. So let's make a dimensional depot. Oh wait, we need SAM fluctuators. Those are, if they're not handcrafted, they're made in manufacturers, which you may notice we don't have. So should we make some SAM fluctuators? Oh no, well first off, we don't have enough of this. Secondly, we're not going to have enough pipes. Right? I need 10. That's 30 pipes. I don't have any more pipes left, right? So we're going to have to get into steel. And if you'll notice, I have all the stuff ready for steel. And we're going to launch that. And that's huge, actually. For a number of reasons.
Reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day.
It's so cool to think that that's flying up to the space elevator.
Is relying on you.
Because that's exactly what it looks like. Okay, so unfortunately, that helps, but didn't solve our problem. So now what I need to do is I need to find... Wait, I thought I could ping coal. What am I missing for that? I need to get coal power. Let's see if we can get that done. Or actually, you know what? I think there's a coal node close. Because I don't know if I mean, that's like a bunch to get. I don't have the rotors. Okay, let me kind of look for all those resources. Maybe I have them around somewhere in boxes, hiding in places. Like there's some steel right there, or some coal. Yeah, let me go. I know there's around here, so let me go grab some, and we'll kind of get all the stuff ready, because the last thing we're going to do is build a dimensional depot on this map. Okay, so what I ended up doing was just doing the coal, which led me to coal nodes right over here, which I just grabbed. And then I handcrafted steel to make pipes, to make ingots. And you'll notice if I look right over here, I made the dimensional depot. Now, one thing that's important to note about the dimensional depot, right? It has an upload speed. So if we go and look at it, you'll notice upload rate 15 per minute. So there's two kind of stats that you have to worry about when it comes to the dimensional depot, right? Number one, upload speed. So it starts at 15. I think it'll go up to like 30 and then maybe 60 and then, or 45 and then 60, right? But notice how many Mercer spheres that takes. It doesn't exactly get cheap, right? And then the other thing you have is stack size. So, you know, iron plates is a stack of 200. So right now I've only got one stack size. So I can only upload 200 iron plates. But then you can increase that. It looks like 4 times. So 4 stacks of any given material, which is huge. But again, 23, 13, what is that? 39 plus 7, 46 plus 3, 49. So you're going to need 98 Mercer spheres to fully max out the dimensional depot. So just keep that in mind. But I think there's like 200 and something Mercer spheres or 100 something. So you'll still have plenty. I think in theory you can build a dimensional depot on every single recipe. But the reason I have this here is for the other thing that we had unlocked, which was uploading from the inventory. So that's what you kind of see here. So what I did is I just took out some of the materials we had sitting in the box and I'm just throwing them in the inventory, because what I can do is you can start building things from your from the depot, right? So that's going to be a long process, but I also think that's where we're going to call it for now. Next episode, we're going to have to start taking a lot more time to solve some stuff. I've never really jumped up on here, by the way. You'd notice I increased the amount of biofuel that we're producing, or I guess power from biofuel, because we were running way short with, you know, stuff up there, stuff over here, stuff over there running. So we just upped the power, but that's not going to be enough, I don't think. So we're going to need to get into coal, steel, and then really kind of start maximizing. I don't think we have logistics, right? That's the next thing. Like, we'll need to get logistics Mark III, but we need steel for that. So I just want to start getting things a lot more automated so that we can really start, you know, leveling up this world and kind of going from there. So with that, guys, thank you all so much. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. I know I am, and you know, we're gonna have some big stuff coming. So stick around, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and make sure to follow the Twitch channel and hop into those live streams, because I go for about 2 hours every I'm aiming for like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, you know, if you want to come out, hang out, ask questions, give advice, that's the place to do it. So with that, thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one.